Game 4, and it's on us to go and take the game. They're not going to give it to us. They're going to come out and play aggressive. They have great leaders over there and incredible winners. Their coach is a champion. LeBron's a champion. AD's a champion. They're not going to just fold, but it's going to be on us to go in there.
Besides obviously just providing another scorer on the floor, when Draymond is aggressive like that on offense, what does that do for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a stat somewhere. Raymond's got it for sure. When he scores a certain number of points, we usually win. He's when he's aggressive like that, looking to attack, it definitely adds another dimension to our team. And I loved his approach to the game tonight. He was aggressive right from the start. Picked up a foul on the first play, and didn't care. Made no bones about it. He's like, I'm coming. And
playoffs. You guys reached the finals. You've never lost to a Western Conference opponent.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been able to sort of channel that confidence and just have such a deep belief, regardless of what you guys have faced?
Well, I think number one, we have a coach who's one of the greatest winners in NBA history, and you lean on him in situations like this. His calmness, everyone feels that. And then it starts up top, right? Steph's calmness, and it goes on down the line. And I think for us, anytime it's kind of going astray, you just always lean back on what you know that works, on your foundation. And for us, it's just getting back to the basics, but most importantly, competing at the highest level that we can compete at. And, we trust and believe in ourselves. And as far as, win one, we did that. Now, going back home, they're going to give us the best shot they've given all series. And,
Shot well from three by his standards. But how essential has that been, his sort of playmaking? And how much is that a function of the way the Lakers are defending you guys?
It's a little of both. I mean, I think Steph at this point in his career, he really feels, what needs to happen during a game, what's required of him. And you saw it in Game 7 against Sacramento, where he knew he had to score, took 38 shots. In this series, the Lakers defense is really good. They're great at the rim. We got to get the ball moving. We got to move their defense around, and Steph understands that. And I don't know what his assist to turnover ratio is in this series, but it's pretty impressive.
Hey, Steve, you saw Draymond say on his pod, all we have to do is win one game, and then the entire tenor of the series changes, and the pressure is back on the Lakers. Obviously, every single time you guys have gone to the playoffs, basically, since the Big Three has been together, you guys have reached the finals. Is there always a belief, no matter what situation you guys are in, just because of that you guys can get through it all?
Yeah. I think there's always win the championship without Gary, and so to get him back has completely changed our defense. And against these guys, he's got the ability to get into their guards. They have great guard play with D'Lo and Reeves and Schroeder. Obviously, Walker last game played so well. So Gary gives us. Someone who can get underneath their ball handlers and at least make them, have to work. And then offensively, he's so unique with his speed and his ability to finish around the rim. So it's just we're a different team, now that he's back with us.
Steve, go ahead, CJ.
Hey, Steve, kind of circling back to Kendra's note on aggression, what does an aggressive Andrew Wiggins do for you guys offensively?
Yeah, this was the best game Wiggs has played since he's been back, over, I guess, three weeks or so now. The way he attacked, the way he got to the rim, that adds another dimension to our attack. I thought the last couple games in LA, we didn't get to the line a ton. We settled for a lot of stuff, and I thought, I think our guys were disappointed we couldn't wrap up Game 4 after playing pretty well for most of the game. But now we get another crack to go down there and try to even up the series. So the guys will always have belief. That's just That's who they are.
Steve, there was a sequence in the fourth quarter where Andrew was picking up LeBron almost full court, knocked the ball away. It wound up with Draymond blocking Anthony Davis. Just kind of take me through that sequence and what's it like to see their defense lead to offense on the other side.
Yeah, well, Wiggs, we ask so much of him defensively in any playoff series. He's going to end up on, the opponent's best wing player. So in this series, that's obviously LeBron, and thank God we've got Wiggs because he can play all night. He can pressure up the court. He can guard in the half court.
Smelling blood. Up 4 though here late.
Well, you got to finish quarters. You got to end quarters right, especially going into the half. We've seen a big shot right there.
Downs at 5 assists, and of course later on you get the back-to-back threes from Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry to go up 11 before the half. Bully, this was the turning point.
But how many times have you heard coaches and players talk about closing out quarters the right way? It was a problem at the end of the third into the fourth in LA. The Warriors straightened it out. I loved the last play there. Jordan Poole had the ball with about 15 seconds left, showed great poise and patience, got the ball to the man, Steph Curry. That was a huge three to put them up 11. So I thought the way they closed the second quarter and then started the second half was huge in this game.
Basketball is a game of runs, and you already knew that the Lakers were going to come back. The Warriors started off the game really hot. The Lakers came back and responded, and the Warriors really playing that composed game, like you just said, Mully. Being able to take care of the ball, 14 turnovers for this game was huge because now you're controlling the pace of the game. Running on every miss, not fouling on the defensive end, and then running, pushing the pace, making sure that you're controlling the tempo of the game. I thought the Warriors did a great job.
Kind of with the same mindset that we went